Okay, we got a major repair day today on the vehicles because I got called in several times over the holidays. It's a nightmare. And anyways, I'm playing catch up today. So two of the half-ton tires, they had slow leaks in them, which I'm pretty sure is the valves. Took them off. They were leaking 10 pounds a week. Took them off, couldn't find a nail or a screw or even a sharp rock or anything, so I think it's possibly the valve stems. I've had that trouble before with another one or two on this truck, so I rotated the tires at the same time, and it turned out that the two that are off go on the same side now. So, anyways, they're in at the tire shop getting repaired. There's the Polaris tire. It's got to go on. I got to get a second one. Got to get that on. It's probably not happening today. I know it's not happening today. Second thing on the repair bill today is changing the escape oil. It's up on the ramps outside. So I would have done this inside, but I had the half ton in the wrong spot, and then I took the tires off it. So anyways, changed the oil here in the escape. Looks pretty good. Have to put a new drain plug in it. The old one got rounded off somehow, probably because it's original. So I got a new one of them. Hopefully it's the right one. There's the filter. This was an incredibly stupid design by Ford for these Ford Escapes. So I was just running around town dropping the tires off for the truck and picked up an oil filter to change this. This is a Quaker State QS 173, and so the engine is warm. This is the exhaust manifold, and it's definitely warm to the touch. It's cooled down a little bit now because I've allowed it some time to cool after I put it up on the ramps. But no matter which way you grab this oil filter, you burn your hands when this engine's warm. You get it this way, and you burn your hand. You get it this way, now my hand can't even fit in there, but you'll burn your hand. So it's so tight, like they could have picked a little bit better spot, or the guy that designed the motor could have talked to the guy that designed the exhaust, and they could have moved a few things around so you don't burn your hand. And then on top of it, it sits on about a 30-degree angle. It looks slightly different right now because it's up on the ramps. So you pour hot oil all over your hands when you pull that filter to change it. Anyways, it's a little bit of a rant I got. I've changed the oil in this Escape ever since it's new. We owned it since new, so every 5,000 since it was new, and it's probably 255 because that filter says 250 on it. So yeah, anyways, it's a good time changing the filter. Okay, new filter installed. 255. And I just thought maybe that's why Ford put a flange in the exhaust right here, so you can take the exhaust off to change your oil filter. So that's good thinking of the engineers. Yeah. So anyways, there's the filter box, Quaker State, and I use the Power Fist oil filter pliers. I got the channel lock ones, and believe it or not, I actually like these Power Fist ones better. These are my go-to pliers on the tractors and on the vehicles. New drain plug. There's the old one. I had to file it last time, kind of get some flats put back on it. And there's the new one, so hopefully she fits. So this is what I've run in this vehicle since it was new. It was Quaker State. I've switched to high mileage on it recently, and it actually makes a little bit of a difference. There's usually a small lifter tick when I start this vehicle, but I've noticed with the high mileage that there isn't, or it's definitely lower. The lifter tick's always gone away once the vehicle's warmed up for about 10 or 15 seconds, so it's nothing too serious. But I've noticed with the high mileage it actually quieted it right down even on the startups. So we take a little bit more in the 5 liters. So there's the first 5 liters. We'll let that drain in. And I got the Unicorn helping me today with the vehicles. Here she is, figuring out the oil filters. Plier. So then this is the jug that I take the partials out of, because it's 5.7 I believe for the Escape. So it's one full jug and then a little bit of this one all the time. So there's the Unicorn once again, stealing my felt. So anyways, we'll finish changing the oil here and adding some windshield washer fluid, and then maybe we'll get to putting these truck tires back on. But I just wanted to make another video showing that I don't just work on the farm equipment, I work on the other auto stuff too, but I don't showcase it as much because I'm not a mechanic by any means. My one brother is an automotive mechanic, but I'm not, so I usually don't get too in depth, and I didn't want to make a video on how to change the oil. There's 10,000 of them on YouTube. You can just go look at that whenever you want. But it was just basically to show that I do other stuff besides work on the tractors. I know it looks like I'm always working on the tractors, but there's other stuff.